This is a video response on my Dangerous Law segment. A couple of people misunderstood me when I made comments on Jessica and Megan's law. I am not against protecting children, nor do I defend child rapists. If somebody commits a heinous crime like that against a child, I believe 100% that they should be thrown in prison for the rest of their lives so they will never harm another child. So now, with that point out of the way, I go to my next point. The reason I was so much against a lot of portions of Megan and Jessica's laws is their blatant violation of the Constitution. To me, anything that violates the First, the Fourth, the Fifth, the 14th Amendments in the Constitution, or even violates it in any form, to me is a crime by itself by the legislation. One of the reasons is lifelong registries that will ultimately do more harm than good. I did not mind somebody having to record their whereabouts to the police department only if somebody committed, but it should be on a case-by-case basis. If somebody is proven to be a high aggravated offender, yes, the police should know. They should have the records in case said person does something. Here's the record that shows, yeah, this particular person done this heinous crime. He should be looked as a likely suspect. But to be splattered all over the internet, to be discriminated against about housing, jobs, where you can live, who you can associate with. Because one of the dangerous parts of the law is it makes these laws, makes them so dangerous, is they drive these criminal elements underground. Just like in some, like in Georgia with the sex offender registry. If you strike out a second time, you come out of prison after 3 to 7 years, they say, you get number 2, you're in here for the rest of your life. Well, naturally, a sex offender isn't going to play by the rules anymore if they do it the first time. They're going to be driven underground and possibly without the police knowing where they are. What they say, lifelong GPS tracking. Nothing a $2 knife could not take care of. Once they're out of sight, out of sound with a cop, clip into the drink, haul ass. Once these men or women go underground, who knows what kind of damage they do. When you put them away from their families and friends and an ability to be truly rehabilitated, it takes a community to help rehabilitate people. It takes them to pay their debt to society. If the courts or whatever, however many years somebody has committed said crime, can come out to society and live a productive, normal life, I think we should give them that chance. If they prove to be a hazard, keep them in prison for the rest of their life. One or the other. Don't leave them in a quagmire. But also with these registry laws, what's going to be next? Drug users, speeders, child support cases. Every time we make strong registries like that, we create criminals. We create new criminals. If there's no sense in rehabilitation, what's the sense in calling our prison system rehabilitation centers? Just call them what they are, prisons. You lock them away, you let them stew in their own pot for a while, then when you release them, say, hey, you're not going nowhere, you're not free, we're going to monitor you. If you even so much as look like you're going to step out of line, you're right back in here again. There's no rehabilitation. Without that, prisons are worthless. They're just warehouses for people to just sit there, get 3 squares, a roof over their head, and just think about a couple or 2 or 3, 4 or 5, whatever many years. what you done. Then when you release, we'll be watching you in case you fuck up again. We'll bring you back. But I believe in America. Study these laws. Read them over carefully. And then you'll see what I'm talking about. John Shepard signing off.